There has been tons of excitement for like the past, I want to say, year or so, as FM Pone has been tweeting out and teasing and giving us updates about the eventual Cache full rework that is coming to CS2. Obviously, Cache is a very, very popular map. It might be my favorite CS2 map of all time, but the latest we heard from FM Pone on Twitter was October 26th of 2024. So we've been waiting patiently for more news. What's coming next? When is this map actually going to drop? When is CS2 actually going to put it in the game? And recently, we actually got some new updates that I'm going to be going over and talking about in this video. And of course, as always on this channel, we're going to be talking about some ways you can maybe make some money off of this as well. Today's video is brought to you by SkinPlace, an awesome site where you can turn your skins into money instantly and easily right now. All you got to do is click on the first link in the description below, then go to the site and sign in using your Steam account. You're then going to click on the skins that you want to sell, then go over to their payment method options like site balance, cryptocurrencies, or PayPal, whatever method floats your boat. And then you're going to have an option to enter a promo code. If you use promo code GERM, you can actually get a 3% bonus on your first sale, so definitely go take advantage of that right now. Then click on receive money, go to the next step, and then they're going to send you a trade offer that you just need to accept and confirm on your Steam, and then your money's going to get sent to you a couple minutes later. It's that simple. It's that easy. Thank you to SkinPlace for sponsoring this video. So, like I was saying, FM Pone has constantly been sharing updates and giving us new screenshots and teasers and stuff on Discord, on Twitter, all over the place. This is the most recent stuff he showed on October 26th of what Cache is looking like in its new and improved state. Obviously, getting used to CS2 lighting and graphics and design and making some small changes and tweaks to the map and all that kind of stuff. Some really, really cool screenshots. I know somebody replied to him and said, could you please bring back this stair? Bringing it back would help solve all issues in CS2 and make the entire community incredibly happy. He gives us another screenshot here showing, they do have this set of stairs back here and what's going on, all that stuff. People are excited. People are hyped up. People are ready to go. But the new update and the new news that we did get, again, somebody asked him apparently on Discord back in July of 2024, asking when will Cache will be done. We got that ETA soon TM. But then most recently on Discord, February 1st of 2025, this was just a couple of days ago, he posted or whatever, put out this message that said, the construction is final. They are getting done. It seems like the Cache remake is almost set to release. It seems like we are getting very, 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 very close, and maybe this is why we haven't heard as much from him and his team over the past 3 or 4 months, because they've been working really hard, they've been grinding, they've been getting really, really close to finalizing this stuff. So this, like I said, is super, super exciting to me. Obviously, Cache is a map that people love to play on. It's a really, really fun map for competitive and Premier and kind of pugs and stuff like that. It's a really kind of aggressive, in-your-face style map where people get, just really, really cool moments. Some of my favorite CSGO moments ever were on Cache. It's just a fun map. I love playing it. Like I said, it's one of my favorite maps. I know a lot of other people love it too. And obviously it's something that has been missing from CSGO that I would love to see added to CS2. It would make me play the game more, make me have a better time while I'm playing the game, and I think many people out there as well. So this is very, very, very exciting. Hopefully this will be coming soon. And again, just because he actually releases the full map and puts it in CS2, that doesn't mean Valve will actually implement it into the game. But we have seen, Valve has put out Train. People are getting excited about that. Hopefully that'll be cool, and maybe we'll get some new content about that, whatever. But I also got a YouTube comment the other day, obviously since there's been so much hype, excitement, but also so much information about Cache coming at some point soon. There was a guy who commented the other day saying hey, I'm already starting to buy up Cache skins for when we eventually get Cache returning to CS2, and when we eventually get a new Cache collection. Some of those old Cache skins he was speculating will be a very, very good investment. This got me thinking, I wonder if this is a good idea, and could right now be the perfect time to start buying into Cache skins actually before we start getting into the hype, before we start getting that price explosion, before we start getting into that price appreciation of Cache skins actually starting to go crazy if and when we do get a new Cache collection. Because personally, I do think we are going to get a new Cache collection. Now, again, how are they going to implement stuff like this in CS2? I don't entirely know. Is it going to be part of, some kind of operation? Is it going to just be added to the armory? Either way, I'm not quite sure. Obviously, we've seen that new Overpass collection, Overpass 2025, being added to the Armory. Could this be something we see rotate in and out of the Armory? I don't know. Obviously, that is very, very far away. That is months and months and months away. I would say 6 months minimum before we get anything like that. Obviously, they still have to work out whatever they're doing with Train first. But honestly, that is the beautiful thing about this strategy. Yes, you might say, oh, it's way too early to even start thinking about Cache. Why are we talking about Cache right now? those are some of the best times to invest, because the longer time you have to buy and accumulate something that is eventually going to rise in price, that is actually how you make the most gains. If the cash stuff was about to explode in price next week, you only have 1 week to invest money and kind of get the stuff going, to save up money and put money into it, whatever. But if you don't think cash is going to get a new collection or even added to CS2 or any meaningful changes or whatever for 6 months, 9 months, a year plus, then you have all of that time if you think this is good. And I'm not saying this is necessarily good or bad or whatever. I'm just saying this is an idea, something I think is interesting, something that I'm excited for and hyped up for. I don't know if I'm going to be putting any money into this or whatever, but we're at least going to take a look at what the possibilities could be. But if you have an extended period of time, that's more time to save up, that's more time to earn money from a job or trading or collecting or investing or whatever, it's more time to buy at lower prices. And then if the stuff you've accumulated over a year then explodes in price, that's how you make a ton of money. You make a ton of money by accumulating over the course of a long period of time at good prices. Then when the price rises, you actually make meaningful amount of gains, really, really meaningful and impactful amount of gains. So somebody who believes in cash, like the YouTube comment I got, he believes in cash skins, he believes in this, he sees the long-term vision. If he does consistently continue investing in this for however long and continues adding to that position, this could be something that he makes a lot of money on if it goes well, if his premonition is correct. So I did want to take a look at this. And again, the reason I believe we are going to get a Cash 2025 collection is because the cash collection is absolute trash. Look at this. There is no coverts even in the cash collection. That is very, very, very disgusting. And that is absolutely something they're not going to be putting, I don't think, in souvenir packages, because who would want to open these souvenir packages? Who would want to spend money on something where you can't even get reds or anything like that? Obviously, all these skins are really, really old. They're really, really disgusting. There's overall nothing even good in this collection. Now, something interesting, the Galil Cerberus is actually a pretty cool Galil skin, but again, like, how many people are really using Galil skins? How many people even own a Galil skin? How many people care about Galil skins? I don't think this is anything that's going to get people hyped up and excited. I don't think this is something people are going to be like trading up into or anything like that. But you actually do have the FAMAS sticks, which interestingly enough, obviously the FAMAS just got buffed. We've seen FAMAS prices going crazy recently, and the FAMAS sticks is actually one of the better looking FAMAS skins. Now, I don't think it's a good looking skin. I think it's an okay, it's decent. But as far as FAMAS goes, it's actually one of the better looking FAMAS skins because there's just not that many good ones. Now, I do think probably the best skin in this whole collection might be the Glock 18 Reactor. Cerberus is okay. Sticks is okay. This Glock 18 Reactor is actually kind of cool, but it's just, there's not a whole lot of competition here. You have Mac 10 Nuclear Garden, then obviously you have a lot of lower tier stuff as well. And what is really, really interesting to me is over the past year or so, all of these skins are already doing well. And this is something I really think a lot of people misunderstand or underappreciate about the CS2 investing world, is that, hey, skins from old collections, they do really, really, really well on their own. And then if there's any other catalyst, any other information, any other reason for them to go up even further, that is just going to be icing on the cake. But more often than not, using old discontinued skins as your investments is some of the best investments you can make in all of CS2. So we do have the FAMAS sticks in the past year. Obviously, until very, very recently, the FAMAS sticks had not been doing very well. It was actually down over the past year, but it is now up 88% in the past year. FAMAS sticks and factory new. Obviously, that is thanks to the FAMAS buffs, but you can see that this has been going crazy lately, and this is not necessarily something I would invest in, especially at this point. You might think, hey, FAMAS skins are just going to keep going up, and they may, but I don't really think the risk-reward ratio makes too much sense at this point, so this is not where I would be going. We do have the Galil Cerberus as well. Again, this thing is down pretty much flat over the past year, so the skins at the top of this cash collection are not really anything that has been doing too good, not really anything that has been too interesting or exciting, but we do have the Glock 18 Reactor. Like I said, one of the better looking skins in this collection. This is up 45% in the past year. Is it because it's being used as trade up fodder for this stuff? I don't necessarily know. I don't think so. Could it maybe be being chained in some other kind of trade up, something like that? That's always possible. I don't really know. I doubt it. But like I said, I think it probably is the best looking skin in this collection, at least in my opinion. So it's not really shocking and surprising to me. Again, 45% in a year. That is really, really nice gains. That is nice returns. And then if we do get the hype of a new cash collection coming in, if we do get the hype of cash returning and being added to the active drop pool or whatever, that is just going to amplify these gains. This is going to make this go even crazier. But then if we look at some of the skins lower down in the rarity, we start looking at like the industrial grade skins in this collection. This is where, again, a lot of the money can be made. People really, really underrate this stuff. We do have the AUG radiation hazard and minimal wear up 67% in the past year. I think that would really, really shock and surprise people. How many of your CS2 investments, did less than 67% in the past year? I would assume most, if not all, of your CS2 investments probably underperformed this thing in the past year, which is really, really crazy. And then we have the in factory new. Until very, very recently, this thing was up 91% in the past year, but then it's like most recent sales seems like kind of down for no reason. I don't know necessarily what happened there, but this thing has still been doing really, really well over the past year. And then another skin, the PP buys in chemical green. This is, I believe, the cheapest one from this set, one of the cheapest ones as well. This thing is up 172% in the past year. Again, this is really, really crazy, but this is what I see time and time again when I look at discontinued collections, discontinued skins, and some of their very, very bottom rarities. They just do insanely well. And again, this is before cash hype has hit its peak. This is before cash is even returning. This is even before we get a new announcement of a cash collection or whatever. So like I said, there's people out there right now who are investing and buying into cash skins. Maybe this is something you believe in. Maybe you think this is silly. Maybe you think this is stupid. I don't know. Like I said, is this necessarily I'm going to be piling a ton of money into this? I don't know, but it's something to think about. I thought it was a really, really interesting comment, but I do know that I'm very, very hyped up and excited for whenever cash gets added back into CS2. I hope it gets added back and becomes into the active duty pool sooner rather than later. I think it would be a positive change overall for the game, which would continue a lot of the positive momentum and things that we have going on right now. But could there also be some money to be made with the cash collection, investing in some of those skins? Hey, crazier things have made people money in this scene. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.